Sarina Bellissimo. All you need for the weekend. The biggest stars, the biggest gossip, the biggest events, the biggest tunes. Your weekend fix.
The last time I spoke to St. Raymond, he was opening for Ed Sheeran. On the 13th of February, he's back in Dublin, headlining his own show at the Academy. And he joins me now on Plan B. Callum, it's great to chat to you again.
Thanks for having me.
Callum, I have to ask before we start off, it sounds very echoey. You talking to me from your bathroom?
I am, yeah, living the dream.
What are you doing right now?
I was giving my dog a bath. I'm trying to multitask, and I think I'm succeeding.
Okay, so let's go from dogs to Ed Sheeran. I don't want to say that in one sentence, but you know what I'm talking about. How did you find the whole experience of opening for Ed Sheeran?
It was just an amazing experience in general. I think the things that I learned on that tour, I think there's just so many things I picked up from Ed and watching his show every night, and, seeing a guy with captivate such big spaces with just him and his guitar and his pedal, I think was something that, I really, was inspired by. So I really took a lot from it, I think. When
you do tours like that, do you actually get to hang out with Ed, or are you opening, doing your thing, leaving, and then he's doing his own thing?
Well, you know what, Ed is just the most down-to-earth guy. So quite a bit he would just come into my dressing room after his show and just hang out. And I think that's the one thing I loved about Ed, was the fact that, even though he's probably, if not the biggest, one of the biggest, stars in the world, there's no ego carried with him.
Talking about down to earth, you seem like one of the most down to earth guys as well. I mean, I've seen video footage of you where after a show or before a show, you're out there meeting with the fans. That is one of the most important things to do that a lot of artists haven't got their heads around yet. Why do you do that?
Yeah, I think meeting fans was something I always tried to do, but it was one of the pieces of advice that Ed really told me to just stick at, was to just try and, go and meet fans. And even before the show, I'd go and play an acoustic set. And I think it really helps with the power of social media these days, is the fact that people talk to each other, and if you go and do that, then someone goes back to school the next day and tells their friend, and then they tell their friend. So I think it's just important that you go and, if anything, go and prove to people that you're just, you are just a guy who plays guitar and loves doing what they do. So I think that was a big thing that Ed taught me from the start, which I really took on board.
Is it a bit awkward though, Callum, going out to a bunch of people you don't know and going, "Hey, I'm here," and then they're all fawning over you?
I got more nervous doing that than playing to the silly amount of fans that we play to every night. For me, that's much more nerving, seeing people right there who don't quite know who you are and stuff. That was quite nerve-wracking.
What's the most awkward fan encounter you've had?
Awkward. I think there was quite a few times on that tour where I'd be doing an acoustic set to the fans outside, but they'd start moving people inside.
Yeah.
So you were playing to an audience who were just slowly walking away from you, which is always an interesting one. But the queues were normally massive, so you weren't playing to no one, but it was just to be okay, bye. Yeah.
So how exciting is it to be back and headlining your own tour?
Yeah, I think it was an amazing experience to do the Ed thing, but there's something special about, playing to complete audience who are there to see you, which is something that's just, I've missed doing, and I'm really excited to go and do it on this tour. And yeah, it's nice to see the progression over the last year as well, which is really exciting.
Last time I was speaking to you, you were telling me that your folks, they're so proud and so excited, and your mum is constantly texting you anytime she sees a tweet about you or some news article about you. So how is she taking the news of you being on tour on your own?
She loves it. My folks always try to come when they can and stuff, and the same my brothers and sisters. So no, it's really cool, and it's nice that they support me doing it, especially because it's what I decided to do instead of doing something sensible, going to college and university, etc.
Well, if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
Well, I kind of veered into all different aspects. I've always really wanted to be involved in music, but I think when I was about 17, I just was right, I need to do something. So I inquired in being a barber.
No way.
Yeah. I just it was a weird because all my friends knew what they were going to do at college, and I just was I've no idea. So I went to college to do music, and I was there for an hour, and I walked out.
Wow.
Yeah, really enjoyed it, obviously. So yeah, I kind of went for the music thing really early, which is good that I've had the support from family and friends from an early stage.
Talking about music, you have a new album. Tell me, what stage of the process are you in? Last time I was talking to you, you were putting it together.
Yeah, I think it's the Ed tour took up a lot of time, so still just piecing it together, but it's at a very late stage now of finalising stuff and deciding on track listing and stuff. So Yeah, it's at a really exciting stage.
Have you got the title yet? Because I'd say for me, the title would have to be the hardest thing.
No, I'm pretty rubbish at decisions in life in general. So, and this being probably one of the biggest, I'm still deliberating over it.
Do you know what? You could just go with the self-titled St. Raymond.
I've always challenged myself. I've always said, right, you can't be lazy and call it that. Not that it's lazy, but I've always just wanted to try and call it something.
Well, Callum, how about Here I Am, This Is Me, St. Raymond? Because, I mean, everybody is calling you the next big thing, the one to watch. Nerve-wracking. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I think for me, I've always just been focused on what I've been doing, which is whether it be in the studio or being on tour. So I think it's really nice to get all that kind of praise and stuff. But I think if you take your eye off it and focus on the praise too much, I think you start to, I think your head goes a bit too high in the clouds and you start to take your eye off the ball. I think so. It's nice I think those kind of things just make you carry on working as hard because it makes you think that, people are appreciating the work that you've put in. So, yeah, it's great. And I'm just really excited to take on this year.
Yeah, well, 2015 is going to be huge for you. When is the album coming out?
Hopefully aiming for about the summertime is the aim.
Brilliant. Mm-hmm. And in the meantime, you're going to be in Dublin at the Academy on the 13th of February. What can fans expect?
I just always like to put on a fun show. Me and my live band, we just have some fun and hopefully lots of dancing and lots of singing. And it's Friday night in Dublin, so it should be fun.
It's going to be massive. St. Raymond, thank you so much for joining us on Plan B.
Thank you very much.